Hey guys, Coach Jordan from the Twin Cities Kettlebell Club, and I'm going to do a quick unboxing for you of the new Pro Kettlebells for kettlebell sport, which are made here in the USA by my friend Nikolai Puchlov from the Seattle Kettlebell Club. He was an official sponsor of the Twin Cities Kettlebell Open and will be again this year, but I'm not being paid for this review. I am affiliated with Pro Kettlebells, but I'm also affiliated with Kettlebell Kings. So this is an unbiased review. I only affiliate with products that I actually use, and as you'll see on my rack here, I have several Pro Kettlebells as well as Kettlebell Kings. I will talk to you honestly about what I think about this bell. Nikolai has asked me for nothing other than my honest thoughts. So, opening this bad boy up, I already took my box cutter to it and took some of the plastic out, but you come with a nice instructional piece of paper here, the right way to hold a kettlebell, which is super important if you're going to do kettlebell sport, or even just you're going to use kettlebells at all. You should know the right way to hold it, as well as a nice little handwritten note. Got a nice little note from Nikolai, which I very much appreciate. So shout out to Nikolai and Amber. Now they make these things by hand, finish them by hand, and they are made right here in the USA at a foundry in South Dakota, which is one of my favorite things about them, if not my favorite thing about them, because you know that you're paying, the people that are making them are being paid a fair wage and you're not taking advantage. Hand finished by Nikolai Puchlov. Nice little tag attached to the bell. So another thing that I really like about this is when you take it out of the packaging, I'll show you up close here, all of the packaging is custom made for this, but it's all recyclable, which is super nice. There's no styrofoam involved. It's all made from corrugated cardboard, so you can recycle it. Or if you're like me and you travel with your kettlebells because you're going on vacation and you need to have something to work out with, I save a couple of these boxes so that my bells aren't rolling around in the back of my car and it's easier to stack on. So I have 2 of these saved so that when it's time for me to go on vacation, I can throw a pair of bells, one heavy, one light, or a matching pair depending on what I'm planning on doing. I can throw those in the back of the car and they're not rolling around. Another thing that works actually is a bowling ball bag. So you can get a 2-ball bowling ball bag and use that for travel as well. But I love that this is made in the USA, all recyclable materials, focus on having minimal environmental impact, which I very much appreciate. I think that's very, very important in today's day and age. So, setting the packaging aside, let's look at the actual bell. This is a 28 kg, and you can see the Pro Kettlebell logo is right here on the front, made in the USA, proudly displayed. And on this back guitar pick here, you can see it says 28 kilograms. Now the thing that's really unique about this, say compared to, this is a traditional size Kettlebell Kings style bell. This is just a light 4 kilo one. This one happens to have the 33 millimeter handle. On this Apollo line for the Pro Kettlebell, this is about a 34 millimeter handle, or maybe 33 effective in the center and 34 at the sides. I'm not quite sure on the specs on it, but you can tell there's a nice thin grip to this, so you're going to be able to get a nice tight grip on it. It's not going to tax your grip as much because it's a little bit smaller handle. So that's a nice feature. As well as you can see when I put them side by side, this one's going to be about, I'm going to say like 10 to 20% smaller in bell size. So this is a 4 kilo bell. This is a 28 kilo bell, and it's about the same, or about 20% smaller. I'll even grab a Kings 28. This is my 28 kilo Kettlebell Kings, and you can see side by side that there's a significant difference in the size here. This is about 20% smaller, which is going to be nice for a lot of people. The smaller size allows you to get a little bit tighter in rack. It's going to be denser on the center of gravity as well. So let's move on to some of the other features that differentiate it. Right, the biggest thing here is this cutout. So I'll show you up close. Here we have these cutaways on both sides. And what that does is it gives you a nice place for insertion where your hand is going to go right into the position that we want it. Right, so you're going to get that nice deep insertion because that cutaway allows your hand to get into that top position really well. So this is especially nice on cleans in long cycle as well as snatch. I especially love it for snatch. It is almost impossible to catch a rep badly because of those cutaways. I really like that. The other thing that's really nice about these is they come ready to take chalk. You don't need to strip the handles. I always need to strip the handles on the Kettlebell Kings because they come with a clear coat on top of them. These Pro Kettlebells, you can get them completely unfinished, or you can get them where the body of the bell is waterproofed and the handle is not, or you can get the whole thing waterproofed if you want. I recommend leaving the handle raw and unfinished because then it will take chalk super, super quickly. Let me show you what I'm talking about. I'll grab my chalk station here. And this is fresh out of the box. Just grab one. And you can chalk it to your heart's content. Fresh out of the box without prepping the handle. It's already taking chalk. And so if you're just doing a light workout and you don't need a ton of chalk on there, you can have this ready to go in, what is it, about 30 seconds. So now you see, took chalk straight away, nice and easy, right out of the box. Because it comes with that nice pebbled finish, for people like me that don't use a ton of chalk, especially until summertime, because I'm training in my garage here, it has a nice pebbled finish to it as well. So it's got a little natural grip to it. So if you don't want to use chalk, you don't even need to because it doesn't get super slick. Another thing I really like about these is the open aperture in the bottom allows you to put incremental loading plates inside the bell, which changes the center of gravity a lot less than when they're forced to be attached to the bottom, like so, right? So on this one, it has to go on the bottom because the aperture on the bottom doesn't allow the weight plate to go inside. On the Apollo model of these, it allows the weight plate to actually go inside the bottom of the plate, or the bottom of the bell. So you can just flip it up and stick this right directly in the center of it. So now instead of a 28 kg, I've got a 29 kg. So I can go 28, 29, 30, allowing for incremental loading without changing the ballistics on this bell very much. And then when you want them to come out, all you gotta do, thanks to my friend Bobby Hicks for showing me this trick, all you gotta do is take them on a flat surface, not your platform, because you can break your platform doing this. And you go, oh, try again. There we go. You got to do it with a little bit of force, but you give it a little bang and your weight plate pops right out. You don't need to use a pry bar or anything like that like I've had to do with my Kettlebell Kings. So that's another nice benefit of these. Easy for incremental loading. And finally, on these bells, they were also designed for fitness workouts. So they've got a nice stable base if you put them handle up, but they're also designed so that you can lay them flat and they don't roll around very much when you lay them flat. So if people want to do push-ups on them, you can do push-ups with them laid flat like that, or you can do push-ups on them with them as handles like so, and they're a nice stable base. Notice there's no wobble on this at all. They're designed to be level on the bottom so that you can use them as handles for push-ups or other moves. I really like that about them. Another thing is this guitar pick, and I don't know if this is intentional or not, but this guitar pick shape happens to fit beautifully inside the palm of your hands for goblet squats, which is another thing I really like about them. So they were also designed not just with kettlebell sport in mind, but with fitness in mind as well. So ton of applications. I really, really enjoy these bells. I recommend these Pro Kettlebells for a couple of reasons. One, they're made in the USA with a commitment to quality and a commitment to being environmentally friendly. You can tell the care that's gone into every single one of these, and they're all finished by hand. Two, they come in 2 available sizes, solving a problem that's been an issue in the kettlebell sport world for a long time. There need to be bells made for smaller framed individuals, especially women. So having 2 size bells available to you is very, very beneficial. It allows women to not have to spread their legs as wide to pass double bells and to just have an appropriately sized bell relative to their frame for repetitive movements like snatch, where you're putting in hundreds and thousands of reps. I really love that there are 2 different sizes of these bells. 3, they got the cutaway right on these, so you can get that nice deep insertion straight away in snatch, in cleans. That makes a huge difference, as well as in rack position. You can get a nice tight rack because you can get your hand into the appropriate position. It distributes the weight nicely along your frame. Number 4, they take chalk straight away, right out of the box, no finishing necessary. I love how easily they chalk. I love the feel of the bells without having any chalk on them at all. They're still nice and grippy. So even if you don't like chalk or you have a chalk allergy, these can be a really good option for you because they have more natural grip to them than a smooth finished bell. And last but not least, they are also designed with fitness in mind. So they have that open aperture on the bottom where you can do the incremental plate loading. That same open aperture allows them to be a nice stable base platform for push-ups or other movements. That guitar pick works really well for goblet squats. Like I mentioned, you can lay them flat and they're stable. So I really like that they're not just designed for kettlebell sport, but they're designed holistically with fitness in mind. So for that reason, or those reasons I should say, that is why I recommend the Pro Kettlebell. If you found this review helpful, please use my affiliate link in the notes below. And I hope that you enjoy the new bells and keep coming back here. Click like, subscribe, all of that jazz to get more kettlebell sport and kettlebell fitness and nutrition advice on my YouTube channel. Thanks. See you next time.